Hey everybody, so I'm here at Donnington on a track day in my Porsche Boxster. I thought I would talk you through some of the things I like about track days. So track days are the sort of things you dream about in a car, aren't they? I'm here, I can hear the sound of petrol engines screaming around the track everywhere. They're also frightening if you're a normal person. Now there's a lot of very ego-driven people that won't be frightened at all, and they'll take a car to a track and they may or may not come home with the car or themselves. But if you're like me, and you care about the car that you drive, and you care about your body, and you want to come home to your family and everything else, then going to a track day, you know, it's a bit daunting. And I think the bit that nobody really talks about is how daunting it actually can be. The idea of being on a racetrack with all these really high-powered cars whizzing around you, people that, some of them who are complete idiots, and some of them who are very experienced and capable drivers, and some of them who are just like you. So what is it like to come to a track day? Well, first off, we'll go through some of the basics, but there's a lot of briefings to get through and a lot of education to understand about the track, and that's fair enough. They need you to be safe. You need to know how to prep your car a little bit. You need a towing hook in the front of your car to put in on the day so that if you do end up in the gravel or something, they can pull you out quickly. So make sure you prep your car for it, check everything, make sure your oil levels, tyre pressures, put some decent fuel in it before you go. You don't want to be refuelling in the day. Neither do you always need a full tank of fuel either. I've put fuel tanks in both times, and to be honest, for the amount of driving I want to do, full tank's probably a bit too much. So as you go out on track, it's really quite, the first couple of times, it's pretty scary. There's so many cars whizzing around you. I'd say it looks scarier to watch from the sidelines than it is actually to race it yourself. And you're not actually racing, you're tracking, you know, and there is a difference technically. What I like about the track days that we're doing here is that everyone has to overtake on the left-hand side, so it's very simple. There's a few, there are a couple race car teams here today, and they're breaking the rules. They're just going wherever they want to. But you know, it's a shame that race car teams are turning up to use track days for testing when, you know, this is meant to be for the public, not for race teams. Is it as bad or dangerous as you probably think it is? No. Could it eat your car? Absolutely. What's the most wear and tear on your car on a track day? I would say brakes. You know, I basically go out for a few laps at a time and I come in and rest the brakes because I can feel them fading. I don't want to push them to the point of failure. Yes, I could do with uprating my brakes, my brake pads, everything else. But brakes are what really, you can smell everywhere. You can just smell brakes. You need some decent tyres on, but you won't like get through a set of tyres on a track, not a decent set of tyres. You won't get through them all on one day of tracking. It's your brakes you'll get through, and the brakes that you'll struggle with more than anything. And there's people with all kinds of cars, all kinds of weight reduced cars, amazing things, some of them with great big rear wings on board and everything. Is it a bit daunting to go out on a track day? Yes. Is it fun? Yes. One of the best things about a track day is having the free instruction or instruction from a qualified driver. It makes a huge difference, because if you don't know what you're doing, which I didn't on my first go, having somebody sat next to me going, you know, aim towards that point, brake here, turn in here, go there. Most of it feels alien as a road driver, where they want you to position the car, where they want you to brake. And also having the little signpost, like that box thing over there, aim towards that before you turn in, that marshal's box in the distance, that cone over there, aim towards that cone, and things like that, so that you have these reference points as you're going around the track, that if you didn't, you know, no one would talk to you about it. Looking down here, right, there's people, they've got motor homes with trailers on, they've got caterhams, Porsches, you know, there's a lot of wealth here, and you can feel a bit, you know, wow, I feel a bit out of place here. I'm just a normal bod in my little roadster that I've bought, be it a Mazda or a Porsche or something else, and you feel a bit of a fraud to some extent. But do you know what? You just got to go out there and have a good time. When there's a lot of faster cars than you, it can be difficult to get a sequence of laps in, because you're constantly being sort of pushed offline to get out of people's way, and whether or not you're a bit stubborn with people and trying to figure out the best way around that. But you know, have a go, it's amazing.